Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to this Monday morning with Business Coach Malloy. And we are closing in on the first month of this year. Uh, and yesterday being Akshay Tritiya, and today a lot of some parts of the country, especially West Bengal, is celebrating Akshay Tritiya. So may this day bring lots of success and happiness and prosperity to the lives of everybody. First month coming to an end and kind of can coming to an end, and I hope you're on track with your goals. We are, and that's a great news, and uh, deeply uh, gratifying, and with deep gratitude to everybody who is helping us achieve this journey. uh, but we continue with our knowledge series, and today we are on the seventh episode of our marketing series of Entrepreneurial Essentials with the focus on marketing. Today we talk about visibility to trust and trust to inquiries. I was having a conversation with an entrepreneur in Siliguri on Saturday, and he says, "Sir, I am doing a lot of marketing activity, but I'm not able to generate leads or able to generate business." So I asked him, "What are you doing on marketing?" And he says, "This digital agency came into me and says, 'Sir, let's run meta ads from day one.'" Do you think you will ever be able to generate decent kind of leads when you are running meta ads from day one? Where is that thought process of, have I built the trust with my prospective customers? Sadly, a lot of such agencies are floating around in today's world, and thankfully, I don't have such a partner with me in my marketing organization, in the marketing organization that I work with. She was very clear. Sir, I'm not going to generate leads from you from day one because I want you to create content which will enable you to build trust. You have to show up, you have to be visible, you have to communicate, you have to build trust, and that trust will lead to inquiries. This is one of the most misunderstood parts of marketing. We assume that once people have seen us somewhere, business should flow. But in reality, there's something in between, and that is what I'm going to talk about today. Being known is not the same as being trusted. Type it out, paste it in front of your wall, in front of your table on your wall, so that you are able to see it every single day. And I'm repeating this. Being known is not the same as being trusted. And being trusted is not the same as being chosen. The most two powerful sentences you will ever learn in your life. Being known is not the same as being trusted, and being trusted is not the same as being chosen. Sit back for a moment with these two sentences. A lot of businesses are known, fewer are trusted, and even fewer are chosen. Imagine I am your potential customer. I've seen your name in a few times. Maybe I've heard of you. Maybe I've come across your company somewhere. Maybe someone mentioned you in the passing. Oh, yes, I know you exist. But will I immediately reach out to you? And the answer is a big no. Because the question in my mind is not who are they? The real question is, can I rely on them? And that question takes time to answer. They think we are visible, so leads should come. But visibility only puts you on a map. It doesn't move the customer. And that is the journey the customer goes through quietly, internally, before they reach out. And if we don't understand that journey, we become impatient. How many of us have read the book Moments of Truth? Because if you haven't, please read it. It's a must read. Because you need to understand what is the customer journey. First, the customer notices you, maybe once, maybe twice. At this stage, nothing happens. No inquiry, no conversation. You have just entered their awareness. And then over time, they see you again and again, and this time something starts forming. They begin to feel, yes, I have seen this name before. There is a familiarity. Still, there is no inquiry. Then something changes. They see something more specific, maybe a relevant insight, maybe a case that relates to them, maybe someone they trust mentions you. Now they begin to think these people seem to know what they are doing. This is the beginning of credibility. And then finally, when the real need arises, they think, let me speak to them. This is where trust gets converted into inquiry. Now, let me ask you this honestly, ladies and gentlemen. At which stage do you think businesses stop? They stop after creating visibility because they believe visibility and they expect inquiry. But they don't stay long enough to build credibility. They don't reinforce enough to build comfort. They don't show enough to build trust. And they conclude marketing is not working. In reality, the process was incomplete and hence the process did not work. Trust is not built through claims. Customers don't trust what we know about what we say about ourselves. They trust what they observe. They trust what they experience, what others say. So if your communication says something, but your experience feels different, trust never builds. Let me put it another way. If you keep saying we are reliable, but your response is slow, what will the customer say? If they say we are premium, but your interaction feels average, what will the customer feel? Customers don't analyze your words, customers analyze your behavior, they absorb your behavior. So, what exactly builds trust? Not one big moment, but small, consistent signals. Over time, the way you respond, the way you communicate, the way you follow through, the way your team behaves, trust is not created, trust is accumulated. There's some businesses where the moment a need arises, their name comes up naturally. Nobody debates, nobody compares too much. The conversation is, let's just speak to them. Have you seen this? Now ask yourself, why does this happen? Because the trust was built before the need arose, not during the sales conversation. Visibility brings you into the picture. Trust moves you forward. If you are visible, you're one of the options. If you're trusted, you are one of the decisions. And that's a big difference. Now, let's bring this closer to you. I want you to reflect for a moment. When inquiries come to you, what is the quality? Do customers start from zero, asking basic questions, trying to understand what you do, comparing heavily, negotiating immediately? Or do some customers come with a different tone? I've heard about you. I think you can help. We want to explore further. These are two very different starting points altogether, and that difference is trust. And as an individual, and even as a sales professional, you need to constantly build that trust. Sales is not a binary event, sales is a process of visibility to trust, trust to business. And here's the shift I want you to make. Instead of asking, how do we get more leads? Start asking, how do we become the natural choice when the need arises? That changes the approach completely. Even when true trust exists, customers don't take the next step, not because they're not interested, but because the path is not clear. They don't know you, how to reach you, what happens next, how to begin, and the hesitation continues. So while we don't push, we must make it easy to move forward. And that is where maturity shows. You don't chase, but you don't remain passive either. You create clarity, and the clarity reduces hesitation. That is the fundamental of marketing. Marketing is where people choose you for what you do, and that choosing will happen when they start trusting you. So, where do we go next? Now we have understood this journey, the next step becomes more important. When inquiries finally come, how do you respond? Because many businesses lose trust at that moment, not because of marketing, but because of the sales on how they handle the conversation. And this is what we are going to speak next time. So, my final thought for today, and I hope it resonates with you, being seen is the beginning, being trusted is the turning point, and businesses happen when customers feel I am comfortable moving forward with them. If these three sentences don't come into play, your business will always be investing in marketing and not get the desired results because somewhere you're not creating the trust that you should be creating. I am Malloy Chakravarti. I have been coaching family businesses for the past 9 years. I have a team of coaches and consultants with me doing the same work. If you feel you want to have a conversation with us, you know where to reach us. Drop in the WhatsApp, go to the website, fill up the form, respond on this Facebook link, respond on the link that will be posted on the YouTubes, because we know what we are doing and we want you to help you move to the next level. Till next Monday, same place, same time. Have a great Monday. Have a great Akshay Tritiya, and I shall see you on the other side. Till then, God bless.